to speak to you this morning about clocks, actually, very specific clocks, body clocks, which defy evolution and glorify God. And we start with a scripture, it's found in Psalm 139 verse 15, which reads, "My substance was not hid from thee, when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth." Have you ever woken up just before your alarm went off? It's as if your body is wired with an internal clock. We really do live by the clock. Stop and think about all the clocks that make our lives tick, from the alarm clock that gets us up in the morning, to the thermostat that warms our homes, and the internal clocks that run our mobile phones and computers. Every little gadget, device and smart appliance, along with the car we drive, literally depends on internal clocks. Our 24/7 world, from work to pleasure, is governed by timekeepers. Now, scientists are discovering that we are not the only ones run by clocks. The whole living world has built-in clocks to keep its systems running on schedule, from humans and animals to plants and single cells. Even at the chromosome level, genes are turned off and on by sophisticated clocks. Not even the most complex man-made electronic device exhibits the dynamic complexity found in the simplest God-made biological systems. The human body has trillions of cells, each with its own clock, yet they constantly interact with the other cells in their organ, while they also take cues from the main clock in the brain. The amount of synergistic coordination and engineering just boggles the mind. The magnitude of interconnectivity and system complexity among living creatures remains a daunting challenge for human researchers to understand and untangle, even with the modern tools of molecular biology and genetics. Yet many scientists declare with unflinching certainty that they arose from the random, gradualistic processes of evolution. Since ancient times, human beings have recognised that our lives sync with the 24-hour day-night cycle as we grow tired or hungry at predictable times. But it wasn't until a few decades ago that scientists began exploring how our body's systems are specifically designed at a molecular level to interface with the cycle of light and dark. This special system is called a circadian rhythm or clock. The word circadian comes from the Latin circa, meaning around, and as in a circular cycle, and the Latin word for day is diem. How much more intellectually satisfying it is to view these interdependent systems as prime examples of irreducible complexity. The myriad complex components of the circadian clock system had to be in place from the very beginning for it to work, and it could never have come about any other way. Increasing interest in this clock in the 1960s opened a whole new field of biology known as chronobiology, or the timing of biological activity. Now let's just take some time to consider the number of clocks in our own body, and there are 11 examples. I don't bore you to death, but we'll persist. The brain has a master clock that keeps the body on a 24-hour schedule. Scientists have now learned that most of the body's organs, tissues and cells, and even many genes inside cells, have their own local clocks that track time. Starting with the brain links the body's sleep-wake cycle to the day-night cycle. The brain is most alert around 10 a.m. and sinks into the deepest sleep around 2 a.m. The pineal gland. The body secretes the hormone melatonin at night to help us sleep, and it stops around 7:30 a.m. Lungs. Lungs are most prepared to fight diseases at the most active hours and are most prone to asthma at night. Blood pressure. Blood pressure rises most sharply early in the morning, around 6:45 a.m. to get the day started. Blood pressure peaks at around 6:30 p.m. The liver. The liver is most active during what it expects to be the most active times of the day, as it regulates cell growth, produces bile to digest fat, and removes toxins based on the time of day. The adrenal complex. The stress hormone cortisol increases at early morning to help you wake up. The stomach. Eating at odd times, such as late at night, may cause weight gain because relevant organs aren't prepared to deal with the food at that time. The pancreas regulates the production of insulin, a hormone that regulates blood sugar. A clock that is out of sync with the master clock can lead to diabetes. Muscles take the largest amount of glucose from the blood, a sugar used for energy, around 5 p.m. to maximise muscle strength. Skin cells, wounds heal twice as fast during the day because skin cells for healing, fibroblasts, turn off at night. And finally, body fat. Our body fat has a clock. If it gets out of whack, it can contribute to obesity. Body temperature, a key marker of circadian rhythm, drops to its lowest around 4:30 a.m. and rises to the highest around 7 p.m. Appealing to evolution to produce the vast complexity that God has engineered into his creation is truly absurd. Only an all-wise, all-powerful creator could have produced the incredibly orchestrated system that we find in circadian clocks. In fact, God didn't do it just once, but in thousands of uniquely created kinds of animals and plants, and even timekeeping single-celled bacteria that inhabit this planet. Moreover, these creatures have numerous creature-specific clocks suited to their special needs. So in conclusion, the more we understand about the amazing systems in living things, the more honour and glory we should give to their Creator. As Psalm 139:14b states, "Marvellous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well." Thank you for listening.